Hi, I'm James. I'm a foot and ankle specialist. I've tested every type of Brooks shoe, and today I'm going to talk you through the differences in the Brooks Go 16 and the Brooks Glycerin 21. They might look very similar, but they're built for different activities, and we're going to break down the difference in the cushioning and in the fit. So let's start off with the cushioning. Now they both have the DNA Loft V3 nitrogen infused cushioning. So compared to the previous models of each shoe, it's a little bit softer, a little bit more plush, so you sink into the shoe a little bit more, and it gives you a good energy return, but not as firm as the previous models. But where they differ is you've got 35.5 millimeters of cushion in the heel, 23.5 in the forefoot in the Go 16, in comparison to the Glycerin 21, which has 38 mils in the rear foot, 28 in the forefoot, give it a 10 mil drop versus a 12 mil drop in the Go 16. So you've got a lot more cushioning on the foot. Despite that, they both come in around the same weight, about 277 grams for a men's 9 US. So similar weight, but more cushioning on the Glycerin. So typically that means there's a bit more air, less density in the Glycerin, reduces the weight and allows for that extra bit of cushioning. So you sink into this shoe a little bit more than you get in the Go 16. So it's a softer shoe, a little bit bouncier, a little bit squishier, not as much as the 1080s and the New Balance, but it does give you that extra bit of comfort compared to the Go 16. Then as we move on top of the shoe, there's a bit more room in the toe box on the Glycerin 21 than there is on the Go 16. So it just allows your toes to splay a little bit more. It's also got slightly different traction underneath. So you've got slightly different grip patterns. We found they're very similar on wet surfaces, no issues. You've got slightly bigger lugs on the Go 16. So they might be a little bit better on grassier terrain or on mild trails. However, the Glycerin 21 is definitely a road shoe. It's got a woven knit on top versus the engineered mesh on top of the Go 16. So the woven knit is more like a sock-like feel, so you slip into it. It's a little bit warmer, a bit more comfortable, whereas the Go 16 is a little bit lighter and a little bit more breathable. They both got similar lacing structure, both with padded tongues, non-gusseted, and they've both got plenty of cushioning around the heel counter. A little bit higher over heel counter on the Glycerin 21 than what you get on the Go 16. They're both really stiff in the heel counter, probably a little bit stiffer on the Go 16. That just means it adds extra elements of stability to your heel, so when you initiate contact with the ground, it cradles your heel and reduces how much your foot slides on top of the shoe. You've got some slightly bigger sidewalls on the heel of the Go 16 on the outside and the inside, and then they're a little bit further down towards the midfoot on the Glycerin on the inside and on the outside of the shoe. Now sidewalls come up, cradle your foot, help to reduce how much your foot slides to side and keep your foot centered in the shoe. So they're just positioned slightly differently. If you get a little bit of discomfort by having extra pressure on your midfoot, you might not enjoy the Glycerin 21. And similarly, if you don't enjoy it on the heel, you might not enjoy it in the Go 16. So they're both classic, typical daily shoes that are neutral. They can be used for walking and standing all day. You can probably use the Go 16 for a bit more faster work, shorter, faster work than what you get in the Glycerin because it just absorbs that energy a little bit more energy return in the Go 16. But they can be used for day-to-day runs, eat up the mileage, long runs, not a problem. So classic neutral shoe with a high drop, a bit softer in the Glycerin 21 and a little bit wider in the toe box, whereas the Go 16 is a little bit narrower, more of an engineered mesh on top, a little bit of a higher drop. So those that enjoy that might enjoy the Go 16 a little bit more. If you have questions on either shoe, please leave them in the comment section below. If you buy through the links in the description, it helps fund the channel without affecting the price that you pay for the shoe. If you opt not to do that, just liking, sharing and subscribing to the channel makes a big difference to us. We've got reviews of all types of Brooks shoes, Hoka, On Cloud, Topo, so check out our video catalogue. And otherwise, thank you very much for watching.